We tried on a few different ones. It was like try on clothes, right?
They didn't stick. Right. We had.
I remember Zlato.
Digging for gold and.
Yes, in Croatian, right?
Yeah. In Croatian, yep. There was a funny one as well. Like
what the story? Was it? What the story?
What the story. Yep. To talk about insights and analytics and how it's hard to come up with a story.
And we wanted to be a bit edgy and different, right? Because we're a startup.
I think we discussed what the story with a few people and got some very interesting feedback.
I think one of the best one was, even though we do want to keep that element of being different and being a bit edgy, the reality is we are a B2B brand and our audience is a business. So you do need to have that element of being taken seriously, right? And I think that was the feedback that we got, that we might not be taken seriously if we went with what the story.
Yeah, and actually, so it was useful to ask a few people about their opinions of the name, because otherwise we're in our little bubble and starting to fall in love with the name, and it's like, well, actually, maybe it doesn't land so well. Perception is important, especially if you want to reach many people.
Absolutely. That's probably one of the most important things, right? You do actually have to test it out with people and see how people respond, because it's easy to have your own biases.
And so, Curiate, Fern, you came up with the name. Tell us.
We looked at the thesaurus, didn't we? We came up with a plethora of different permutations of the word creative, because our brand was all about focusing on creative. Japanese manga and, Japanese graphic design, and like they're really big graphic design culture. So I thought, well, let's have a look at Japanese. And I typed in the word create, and it came back with kurieto, which is create it's an anglicized version, but in Japanese, that's how they would say it. And so I was like, oh, well, what about Curiate? Because that also helped with securing the domain name, didn't it?
We wanted to find something that was easy to secure as a domain name, and we looked at like .com was way too expensive for short words, and short words are always better for recall. But we looked at .co or .net extensions, because apart from .com, .co and .net have the highest domain authority. And
we wanted something as well that was going to be memorable but easy to remember. And the colors, so we looked at the colors, didn't we?
One of the reasons we liked yellow, because it signifies positivity and it signifies moving forward. That's what our brand is all about. It's about finding those insights and looking forward into the future.
And it's funny actually, because a lot of people that have asked me about our brand have said, oh, where did that come from? And I explained the Japanese word curate, and then they say to me, oh, I thought maybe it was from the word curate, because you're curating insights from. I was like, well, it also is. There you go. I'm glad you picked that up. So it was kind of cool, actually, that it had those elements to it in the end.